Hippie, how you feeling?
It's going in!
You're like money in the bank.
I got him. You call this fun? I'm not even breaking a sweat out here. Oh, that's the win. What's up with that? Oh, that's too easy. Can't give me that one. Don't give me that.
All day, baby.
Yeah, that's my spot. Oh. Yeah, that's right. Don't give me those. No. Oh, take over. Yo, keep shooting that. Are you serious? That was going in. Oh, keep coming. Oh, from downtown.
Nice shot.
Shooting that. Oh. Goal right here. Yeah. Oh, that slipped out of my hand. Let's go.
What you got going on today?
What's shaking in peace? Okay, this is tunnel south. We'll go down to the tunnel.
You know what? Exactly.
2K Sports presents Thursday night of the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our reporter tonight on the sideline, David Aldridge. Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. Taking a look at the Hornets. They've got their eye on the #1 seed as the season moves into the final stretch. Currently first place in the standings, and guys showing no signs of letting up.
And checking out Charlotte, they had a few critics coming into the season, and now I don't think they have any. This is a club ready to not only make a deep run, but possibly win it all.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run, but the competition in the playoffs will be stiff.
So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting line. On their forward, it's Miller and Bridges. The chosen one out there with LaMelo Ball, and it's Williams at the center filling out the middle. And for the Nuggets, the 4 and the 5, it's Gordon and Jokic. Then there's Peyton Watson. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Brown in at the 2 spot. All right, let's hand it over to David Aldridge, who has a report on MP.
Thanks, guys. Like everyone else, MP is focused on his big matchup against Nikola Jokic. He knows the MVP race could be altered with this game. I asked him about Jokic, and he told me the Joker is special. His BBIQ is off the charts. It's Einstein level. He's thinking 3, 4, maybe 5 moves ahead. High praise from his fellow MVP candidate. Guys?
Well said. That is high praise indeed. Those two both play, David, high-level basketball, and it is fun to watch. Now here we are, Greg, in the second half of the season. What do you think playoff-bound teams are focusing on right now?
I would say just making sure they keep the momentum heading into the postseason, as well as do everything possible to try to stay healthy.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
No one near Westbrook as he lets it go. Another 3 for Denver.
Well, and that's a big deal for Westbrook, because when he starts to knock down shots from distance, it really opens up his full bag of attack mode offense.
Now here's Ball. Standing at 13. The chosen one's shot is off. Here's Brown, and he lays it straight in.
Simply one of the better passers around. Westbrook's so good at finding his guys.
Charlotte has gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. And that drops in from beyond the arc. 3-pointer from Carpenter. The chosen one's got 9. And it's all said and done.
Go, chat.
Is going to be the Nuggets' career leader in many categories.
And he's already their franchise leader in rebounds, assists, triple-doubles, and playoff points, and many other advanced stats as well.
This is exactly how you should use Jokic in these situations. Feed that beast inside.
Ball feeling it out a bit. Takes the three. And it's the Hornets another three.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Here's Westbrook. He had 15 points last outing. Now here's Watson. The tray. A shot off that time.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Here's Carpenter. Off target with his three. And the chosen one gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Murray's checked in for Denver. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Nurkic checked in for Mark Williams. Steven Adams comes in for Bridges. Okogie's checked in for Miller. And it's Trey Mann in for Ball. The Nuggets with another miss. Charlotte has gone 4 of 8 on their three-point attempts, doing a lot of work from way outside. Here in the first quarter, screen by Nurkic. Here's Carpenter. And the ball travels out of his hands. It was last touched by Jokic. And midway through the season now, the power rankings starting to show a more complete picture. Taking a look at Denver. They're in a bit of a holding pattern, hoping to take that next leap.
And the Hornets, they've proven time and time again this season that not only are they for real, but they may be the team to beat.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hi, guys. The chosen one in the last game against Orlando was tremendous. He finished with 59 points, and so much of that damage he does is from long range. He ended up with a stat line he's no doubt proud of, and I'm sure he wants to replicate it again. Kevin?
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
Yeah, you know, every night's different. They may try to double him, might force him to adjust, or force him to make plays with the pass instead. We'll see.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Murray. Count it. Murray's got his second basket of the night.
You know, when Murray finishes like this, guys, it shows you how aggressive his mindset is in attacking the defense.
Carpenter. No good on the three. The Nuggets trail by 3. 7-second difference. Shot and game clock. Murray kicks to Love. Murray outside. The Hornets pull it in. Win after win, these guys now have 9 straight.
Just playing really solid basketball right now. They're trusting each other more out there and attacking as a group. They're a fist, not individual fingers, which has made them tough to beat.
And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. It's Charlotte as... And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
On the court for Charlotte, off it forward, it's Miller and Bridges. LaMelo Ball is out there with the chosen one, and it's Adams in at center. Pass to Payne. It's stolen by Adams. One-on-one fast break. The Hornets shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And when you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
And he sinks the second. Greg, we know about the Euro step, but is the decel the next move that's getting more notice?
I think it is, Kevin, and you can see players have quickly incorporated that into their arsenal. It's been fun to watch, man, and I tell you, it creates some uncomfortable situations.
And it's Miller in the corner. Pass to the chosen one. That's in, coming off an assist from Miller. And that's now 25 points for the chosen one.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Most teams get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open looks at the three-point shot, but it seems like they have just not figured it out.
Charlotte leading by 10. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. And now the Nuggets, fast break. Payne with it. Now guarded by Ball. Chalk up 2 there. Murray's got 6.
And that's how they're going to trim this lead. Play tough D, force some turnovers, and then push it in transition.
The chosen one's shot is off.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check, and it was maybe a step out of his range.
And the chosen one gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Both teams will make substitutions. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. In the corner, Murray with it. And it's Murray with the jam.
Boy, Murray is a better athlete than he looks. He's actually terrific as an athlete. I have to love seeing him use that momentum to bounce up and throw it down.
In recent seasons, the Charlotte Hornets, Clark, have been very active in the trade market.
Well, it seems like they're always wheeling and dealing. I mean, they're on a quest for that perfect fit lineup, moving pieces around, trying to find the right recipe for success.
Now here's Payne. He's covered by Ball. Payne's shot is good.
And there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Kevin, Jamal Murray is built for clutch situations. Coach Michael Malone said, I know a lot of guys are pretty good in the regular season, but when the stage is at its biggest, Jamal seems to step up and perform. He's a guy that thrives in the moment, never afraid of it. Can't say that for a lot of players. Kevin?
Well, you're so right. He isn't afraid of anything. David, he is big time. Thank you. And it's Michael Malone calling timeout here. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. So Denver ends up going with a whole new group. The Hornets also changing it up. Nurkic checked in for Miles Bridges. Okogie comes in for Brandon Miller. And it's Trey Mann in for Ball. Westbrook passes to Jokic. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
That high release of the Joker, if you're defending him, you better stay home.
Here's Carpenter. Got 3 off the mark. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for Denver. 11-point game. Last time they came together was in Charlotte, where they fell to the Hornets.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Yeah, and that's really inexcusable. I mean, there's just no way that you can justify that. When you don't put the work in on defense, you're going to end up on the losing end.
And he dunks it down.
Boy, talk about an advanced playmaker. Westbrook can make passes that other players just can't.
Charlotte leading by 7. Here's Carpenter. Good, another from 3.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. Outside Westbrook. Shoots over man. And again, it's Denver.
You know, Westbrook's always in control. He gets the shot that he wants to. And over time, that can just wear out a defense.
And again for 3. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
And with the rebound.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
Okogie misses. The Nuggets trail by 11. Now Watson. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Shoots over man. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. Brown's got 7 now in this quarter.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
And the first half is now in the books. Minutes ahead, they lead by 8. And we'll be going after this from Ball Arena.
Please direct your attention to center court. Get ready for
We're back again. Welcome. It's that time again.
Well, right now for the Nuggets, I mean, they've established themselves as a competitive team. They feel that they can get a win
And returning our attention to this game, an impressive first half for the Hornets.
They're up because of the three-point shot.
Thanks for joining us.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. What can you say? The chosen one, an impressive effort here today.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on them from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, you know, the stroke looks fantastic. Even when he's had a hand in his face, it hasn't affected him at all.
Before in the 5, it's Gordon and Jokic. Then there's Russell Westbrook. Then there's Peyton Watson. And it's Brown in at the shooting guard position. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Carpenter connects from three-point range. The chosen one's got 43 points.
Well, I tell you, Bridges doing a nice job there, and his teammates appreciate when he looks to get them involved.
One thing you know you're going to get from Bridges, he can really score.
That has never been a problem for him. He's always been able to put it in the basket. He's got a really good feel and stays in attack mode when he's on the offensive end.
Here's Carpenter from outside off the mark. The Nuggets trail by 9. Down low. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
I tell you what, he's showing some real courage going to the reverse in that situation.
I don't think he knows you're not supposed to do that in traffic.
Well, I tell you what, don't tell him. I mean, I want to see it again.
Pass to Brown. And Watson has it in the corner. Outside Gordon. From past the arc. The Hornets pull it in. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. They get to take on the Blazers of Portland after this one. A three-pointer is right on target. The chosen one's got 49 points in the game. Denver's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Westbrook can't get it to go.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this.
And good. He hits it again.
His elite offensive play has made its mark once again.
Now second overall in career 50-point games. He's got to be in the conversation for greatest of all time.
I mean, certainly Michael Jordan, the guy he just passed, is dead center in that ongoing conversation around who's the best ever. The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the court. You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Watson surveying the D. Pass to Brown. Looking to end the run. Another miss by Jokic.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
You know, Greg, one thing you notice, we were just talking about this with the Hornets in recent years, a lot of changing lineups.
And you expect that with the team, with where they're at. They're looking for any advantage game to game and trying to build that identity as a franchise.
Kevin Love's checked in for Denver. Jamal Murray comes in for Russell Westbrook. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Here's a Nurkic. He's checked in for Mark Williams. Steven Adams comes in for Miles Bridges. Okogie's checked in for Brandon Miller. And it's Trey Mann in for Ball. Wasted no time on that one. The chosen one's got 56 points in the game. Pass to Watson. Here's Brown. Shot by Gordon, wide open. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's the chosen one. He's covered by Watson. Carpenter passes to Mann for 3. And it's the Hornets another 3.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Pass to Watson. Love high post. 5 on the clock. Murray, no good.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And, you know, they've got to be careful, because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
Now here's Gordon. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Shoots over man. The Nuggets with another miss.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
Here's Carpenter. Here's Adams. And he uses the glass on the way.
They have to put a body on Adams. He's too good of an offensive rebounder to not pay attention.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. What a play there. The hoop.
New group on the floor now for Charlotte. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Carpenter. No good from outside.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Setting the floor for the Hornets. Up it forward, it's Miller and Bridges. The chosen one out there with LaMelo Ball. And it's Williams at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Well, you don't like to see Murray get on this kind of a roll if you're defending him now, because he's creative, and once he gets going, it's hard to slow him down.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Jordan, a screen on Ball. Pass to Love. Over Bridges. Bridges with the board. Hornets leading by 17. There's the three. Connects again from distance.
And this parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
Oh, and that latest triple ties him for second for the most threes in the game. What a monster he's been from deep. Pass to Love. Outside for Murray. Shot clock at 3. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Williams has got 7 rebounds in the game. And again for 3.
And he's outclassed his own previous record. A new number for the second most single-game triples. Just a master cannoneer.
Firing away and making a little history in the process. What an honor to witness this. What an honor to be here. He is, quite simply, as good as you'll ever see from long range. And a whole new lineup here for the Nuggets. Pass to Watson. Now Jokic. Over Williams. And it's good off the back rim and in. 9 points for Jokic.
I don't know if this is one of Jokic's preferred spots, but his smooth stroke allows him to cash in from anywhere.
The chosen one gets the basket.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long-distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Watson for 3. Hits it from three-point range.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And it's Watson with the ball for the Denver Nuggets. Westbrook drives in. And finished off by Westbrook.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg.
This man really almost scored more points than Kobe. Henry wins, pay the bills, baby.
Shout out my dog MP, man, giving the people what they.
He's about to tear it up.
Now, I admire your willingness to dress up in such a casual area.
The clothes make the man.
MP!
It seems like you really like talking to your opponents during...
You know, honestly... Of course, you know, I'm not out there...
Looking good, MP.
about to tear the roof off.
Monday, and a chance now to look at the schedule for the Golden State Warriors. On Tuesday, they'll be matching up against Karl Anthony Towns and the New York Knicks. And then on Thursday, they're off to Brooklyn to face off with the Nets.
Some might look at this schedule and already mark off how many wins they'll get, but I think that's a mistake. You can never take a night off in the NBA. Even the ones you think will be easy are tough.
The starters for the Golden State Warriors. Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Butler out there with Green. And it's Payton in at the small forward position. Well, what a game we've got in store tonight, Richard. Two of the top teams in the league.
And each of them with some superstar talent. Whichever star can lead the way, control the game, that'll be the key.
And time now to go courtside with Allie LaForce for a report on MP.
Thanks, B.A. I spoke with MP about his star-studded contest coming up, and he looked across the court and said, "We'd love a challenge. We've been watching tape, and we think we have a solution for the problem over there." I can't wait to find out how these two juggernauts affect today's outcome.
Yeah, buckle up, folks. This is going to be a good one. Thanks, Allie. And it's the chosen one missing. Here's Golden State. Down low. Outside for Butler. Pass to Payton. And here's Pajemski. Just 5 on the clock. No good on the three. Here's the chosen one. The three is up. Drops in the three. The chosen one's got 8. Grant, it's hard not to dwell on the fact that MP has moved past Jordan's total. The 86-87 season, he had 3,041 points. That was MJ's highest scoring season ever.
As much of a killer instinct as Jordan had, MP may be even more driven. He doesn't just want to win. He wants to do maximum damage.
Now here's Bridges. 9 points in his last outing. The chosen one. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
He's been locked all the way in from the floor, and he's the #1 reason why they're winning right now.
Grant, the Hornets are a team hoping to end a pretty substantial playoff drive.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they made a buzz in the postseason, but their return could be closer than people think. A few smart moves here or there might be all it takes.
The rebound by Payton.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Pass to Pajemski. Back to Payton. Green, the pass to Butler. To the inside. Back to Payton. Here's Green. That shot off the mark. Some solid defense from Williams. Here's the chosen one. That three's off the mark. And so it's Butler who brings up the ball for the Golden State Warriors. They trail by 6. And he'll take a trip to the line for 2. Clearly got fouled on that shot.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
Nurkic is checked in for Charlotte. Jonathan Kuminga, he's checked in for the Warriors. Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Guys, thanks. Well, Jimmy Butler is in the 5th stop of his NBA career. He'd been in a standoff with the Heat. As they hesitated to extend him at the number he desired, he knew there's going to be someone willing to pay up. And guys, I'm very interested to see how Butler fits in his new opportunity.
Yeah, we'll continue to track that story. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. The three. And Charlotte, another three.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor space.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Now here's Payton. In his last outing, 8 points for him. Butler finds Kuminga inside. Here's Payton. Outside for Butler. Rebounded by Nurkic. Hornets leading by 8. Pass to the chosen one. They get the rebound. There's Ball with a three. Nails it from 3.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Golden State has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Outside Podziemski. Now here's Green. And here's Payton. And here's Kuminga for 3. The chosen one grabs a board. The Hornets have gotten 7 of their first 12 shots to go. It's stolen by Kuminga. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul.
And at this point of his career, Butler wants to win. And boy, does he ramp up his performance in the playoffs, especially in recent years.
Now here's Curry. A tremendous threat on offense. He's scoring around 34 a game. Kuminga with a screen on Adams. Shot from 16. That bucket makes him 3 for 5.
Oh, man, he's feeling it this quarter. They should be looking to get him going every trip down the floor.
The chosen one. The pass to Nurkic. Here's the chosen one. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
They've really built this lead on the back of their perimeter game.
We'll see if they can keep this pace. Not sure they can win it by relying on just the 3.
And so it's Charlotte. They lead by 11 as the quarter comes to a close. And then great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here for the Hornets.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And from the jump, they've also clearly been focused on running effective plays here tonight. And there's been a lot of high-quality distribution from them on the floor.
They've got Trey Mann. Yusuf Nurkic is out there with Josh Okogie. Then it's Steven Adams. And it's the chosen one in at the shooting guard position. That's the Hornets 5. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hi, guys. Well, the chosen one in their last game against the Wizards put on a show. He ended up with 58 points, and he was locked in from deep. But when hasn't he been? He was a force of nature in that game. He made the opposition look utterly helpless.
Thanks, Allie. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
And I'll be interested to see if the opposition looks to double him, because this should open up opportunities for his teammates to get going.
Diabate's checked in for Charlotte. The Warriors also with a sub. Heald's checked in. Out of bounds as Charlotte keeps possession. Boy, it's been fun watching this player do his thing lately. Our player of the week for the Eastern Conference.
Now, you really can't be mad at this pick. Just look at the point totals he's been posting lately. No question, this guy has been giving a superstar effort and has earned this.
Ball, he's checked in for Mann. Looney's checked in for the Warriors. Moody, good.
Assistant, Jonathan.
And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. But Grant, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have many winning seasons before they got Steph, Clay, and Dre. And you know, BA, from 1978 to 2012, they made the playoffs just 6 times.
The Hornets making a switch here. Miller's checked in. Moody on the wing. Pounded by Ball. And here's Curry for three. Hits the trifecta. Curry's got 6.
He has the fastest shot in the game of basketball. Curry's release is so quick that the D can't afford to lay off him at all.
Moody with it. Guarded now by Ball. And here's Curry. Last game out, 36 points for him. Pass to Kuminga. With the 7-footer. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. It's an understatement to say they're on a roll. They're coming in on a 15-game winning streak.
There's a lot of players who will say they don't take notice of a budding winning streak. But when it's double digits, everyone knows. Winning streaks are a lot harder than people think because every single team wants to be the one to take you down.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Now here's Curry. He's covered closely. Kuminga up top. Guarded by Miller. Shot clock at 6. Looney passes to Moody. Trying to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's the chosen one. Pass to Diabate. Out to the wing. Here's the chosen one. Jackson Davis grabs the miss.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them too.
Well, this last stretch of the season could be the final NBA games for some of the aging stars in the league. Grant, when did you know it was time?
Well, you know, B.A., I made it 19 years in the league, and at 40 years old, I was kind of happy to be done. But I hope that all the guys retiring this year have the same closure I had.
Warriors trail by 18. Kuminga with it. He's picked up by Miller. Pass to Moody. And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Miller against Kuminga. Adams, the pass to the chosen one. Connects again from distance.
He's been on the money from deep.
Definitely looking to shoot as much as possible. And Steve Kerr calls timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. So Charlotte going with almost an entire new group here. Nurkic is checked in for Adams. Williams comes in for Diabate. Bridges, he's checked in for Miller. And it's Mann in for Ball. And the Warriors will go with a different look here. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Looney. Butler comes in for Jackson Davis. Payton's checked in for Moody. And it's Brandon Pajemski in for Stephen Curry.
Sometimes the basics are all you need. Draymond runs a fundamental play to a great effect.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
And stolen by Williams. Out to the right wing. Here's the chosen one. They get it back. And Nurkic throws it down.
Nurkic playing with energy. He is a savage on that offensive glass.
Golden State has gone just 1 of 5 so far this quarter from 3. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Williams against Butler. Green, a screen. It's rebounded by Charlotte. This team doesn't just win, they win big. Now with a double-digit win differential for the season. Wow.
That means they've given full effort for all their games. No garbage time, no lax efforts, full throttle basketball playing. They've spent a lot of time dominating on the floor.
The free throw drops for Williams. 1 second left. No luck on that one. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets with a commanding lead to end the quarter. 27 points, looking good. They know Curry can go for 50, 60 any night. So they're forcing someone else to beat him. Back to the game after this break.
Welcome to halftime. First order of business, catching up on the injuries.
The loss of Jaren Jackson Jr. makes him a little bit more vulnerable without him knocking down a lot of shots and controlling things inside.
Yeah, and you lose that option.
Switching back to that first half of action, everything's been working for the Hornets.
The three-point chances.
That does it for half.
with a big gap on the scoreboard. The second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And Curry's got the ball here for the Golden State Warriors. Now well into his 30s. Is it fair to start wondering how many seasons Jimmy Butler has left, Grant?
Well, it's a fair question, B.A. But at the same time, Jimmy's hunger is just so different than everybody else's, which I could see helping prolong his career.
On the floor for the Warriors, Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Gary Payton II is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Green in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And here's Curry for three. And a great assist by Butler as that one goes. 3 points. Curry's got 9.
That is the sharpest weapon in Curry's arsenal. Most times you assume any three-point shot he gets up is going in.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, Brandon Miller caught some flack when he named Paul George as his GOAT. But PG-13 said, I know what he meant by it. Obviously, I'm not the greatest of all time, but it's about who inspires you. Miller, for his part, not backing down and saying, how the league is built now, Paul George is the right person to study for this generation. Brian?
Allie, thanks. And when you look back at the 2023 draft, the Warriors got great value out of their picks.
Yeah, I mean, they got Podziemski with the 19th pick, a versatile player who impacts the game at both ends. And they also got Trace Jackson Davis late in the second round.
Wow.
And he is a fundamentally sound big man with great upside.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Here's Green. Uses the glass on the layup. Green's got his first 2 points.
A clean start to the half for them, knocking down their first 3 shots.
Charlotte leading by 18. Here's the chosen one. Buries it from 3.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Outside Butler. Back to Curry. Pass to Green. Oh, Williams with the block. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch.
Substitution on the court.
Butler surveying the floor. There's the triple. Doesn't go for him. Here's the chosen one. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target at the end of the third quarter. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
Ooh, I'm fired up to see this dish one more time. It's always great.
Play-in tournament, but the stats don't count for regular season or the playoffs.
You know, that's crazy, B.A. So let's just count them as playoff stats. It used to be only 3 rounds instead of 4, so there is a precedent to adding more games to the official postseason. And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's got to put his foot on the pedal.
And so it's the Hornets taking...
Way to bring the effort tonight.
In sports and in most lines of work, the deck is stacked against the new guy. The way MP has showed up and showed out like he has makes him the clear MVP favorite.
Good win. Let's keep it going. This is anyone's game tonight. These are the games you have to win to be taken seriously. Coming up next, the Hornets taking on... Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche La NBA, an annual tradition in the NBA celebrating diversity and culture, and always a pleasure to bring it to you. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And on the sideline, our Hall of... So, Greg, a marquee matchup here tonight. Two of the NBA's best teams with some of the best players.
And it's bound to be a fun one, right? There is elite talent on the floor. In this kind of a powerhouse matchup, both teams are looking to make a statement.
Good on the bucket.
Nice work inside from the smaller five. So cunning and crafty around the rim.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. They've got Mark Williams, the chosen one out there with LaMelo Ball. Then there's Miles Bridges. And it's Okogie in at the 3 spot. And now let's take it over to the sidelines for a bit on MP. DA.
Thanks, guys. Well, tonight, all eyes will be on MP and Victor Wembanyama. Everyone knows they're two of the favorites for MVP this year. MP said he has a lot of respect for Wembanyama, how hard he plays, that he doesn't rely only on great skill and size. And I know for sure that that respect runs the other way as well. Kevin?
Yeah, Wembanyama has said this before, so I'm glad you throw that in there, David. It does go both ways. Thank you. Pass to Okogie. Charlotte moving it around. Carpenter. Off target from outside. For San Antonio, they've gone 2 or 3 here to start off the game. One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, great. He can get up a few notches higher. So for the Hornets, their last game, a win against the Hawks in Atlanta. Pass to Sohan. Wembanyama, a screen. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Miles Bridges. Such an interesting player, isn't he, Coach Jeremy Sohan? He played a lot of point guard during his second season.
Yeah, Kevin, the Spurs experimented with Sohan at the 1. It was a bit unconventional. They went away from it later in the year. But that experience as a point guard will continue to help his playmaking ability as his career progresses.
Vassell outside. Second chance effort. The Hornets pull it in. And you want to talk about winning recipes? These guys have it. 21 wins in a row. That's right, 21.
Well, of all the ways to establish yourself as a powerhouse, this may be the best way to do it, by going on a phenomenal streak and looking practically unbeatable. One thing you can tell right now, they are playing with swagger, a sort of poise that they're backing up with execution. Not easy to do.
And Wembanyama throws it down.
Oh, great decision there. Get it to Wembanyama and let Victor finish as the roller.
Here's Carpenter. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got his 5th assist in this one. Outside, Fox. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Fox has got 6.
And in terms of controlling a game, Chris Paul is as good as anyone I've ever seen do it.
Fox with the steal. Ball against Ball. Vassell wide open. Buries the long-range jumper. He has 5.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Charlotte leading by 3. Here's Carpenter. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Things really clicking for him at the offensive end.
They're making good decisions, not wasting these opportunities.
And Fox gets it to go.
Well, he obviously came in ready to play, already hitting 4 of his first 5 shots.
And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Here's Carpenter. And the Hornets miss again. For San Antonio, they've gotten 7 of their first 10 attempts to fall so far. Excellent pace to their offense. LeVert the pass to Branham. Back to LeVert. 6 to shoot. Wembanyama sets a screen for LeVert. And the Spurs scoring again.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
Well, you expect there to be peaks and valleys, but you've got some excellent scores on both sides.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D chills.
Here's Branham, defended by Carpenter. LeVert up top. Shoots over man. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Here's Carpenter. And another 3 for Charlotte.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Offense. Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. Hey guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Hornets?
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball with great precision so far and creating great looks for their teammates.
And we have to mention, Greg, the utter dominance MP has shown recently, right?
A huge scoring night for him on insane efficiency. The numbers, you can't even believe what you're reading.
You just don't see stat lines like the one that MP had very often. Kevin, it looked like he had a cheat code on the way. He was making everything from the floor.
Setting the floor for the Hornets. They've got Trey Mann. Nurkic is out there with Brandon Miller. And then there's Steven Adams. And it's Carpenter in at the 2. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Hi, guys. The chosen one in the last game against Atlanta had a huge game. He finished with 66 points, and as his team has come to expect, he was a major factor from deep. Incredible effort on his part. We'll see if tonight means more of the same. Kevin?
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on. See if he can't replicate that performance.
And with that, the Hornet lead is cut back down to 4 points with the basket from Fox. And the Spurs winning the 2023 lottery stand, adding the terrific Victor Wembanyama. A franchise changer, it appears.
Yeah, Kevin, the hardest thing, and you need a lot of luck to do it, is to get that guy. The guy you can build everything around. There aren't enough of them to go around. Victor Wembanyama is a guy you can build a championship franchise around, multi-skilled at his size. This guy's going to be a fixture in this league for a long time.
Now Miller, scoreless thus far. The chosen one's shot is off.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
That's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
The kick out to Fox. Cranes it from beyond the arc. Fox has got a pair of triples in the second now for the Spurs.
And at the arc, Fox has only gotten bolder. He takes threes without even thinking about it.
Spurs trail by 4. Here's Champagnie. That one doesn't drop. Adams, some nice D. Here's Carpenter. Good. And Miller gets the assist. And now that's 35 points for the chosen one.
And wasn't sure he could keep up the pace he set from three-point range in that first, but boy, has he ever.
And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. Some changes for Charlotte. Williams comes in for Steven Adams, and Okogie subbed in for Brandon Miller. Where there's a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting, Greg, what's your opinion of that?
Well, Kevin, you know, stretching the D isn't just about how far out they have to defend. It's the distance between that and how far in you have to defend. That's why analytics favors shots at the rim and from distance.
The Spurs have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter.
And just so good at reading angles. When LeVert spots a lane to the rim, he is all over it.
Fires the 3. Rebound by Sohan. Spurs trail by 5. Vassell, the pass to Sohan. Well, good with the triple.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
Charlotte leading by 8. Right wing. Here's Carpenter. And it's the Hornets, another 3.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Paul kicks to LeVert. Pass to Wembanyama. The size, the shooting touch. Wembanyama is unreal.
Sometimes you watch Wembanyama and think this guy is a cheat code, hitting threes at well over 7 feet tall. their third three-pointer in a row.
And here's Wembanyama. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. They trail by 11, getting their first look of the season at this Hornets team.
Not exactly a game that everyone will be talking about here, but both of these teams can show flashes at times.
And last year they split their season series, so this is a chance for one of them to get the upper hand on the other. Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Hornets lead by 9. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
Look here now at Charlotte. They've been phenomenal. All the lofty predictions, the expectations, they've all come true. Now comes...
Turning back now to our game, lots of positives in that first half for the Charlotte Hornets.
I have some research here.
And that is our...
Excuse me.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. What can you say? The chosen one, an impressive effort here today.
Well, through the first two, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, he's been locked in tonight. Through the first two quarters, he's been a huge factor from outside.
Sohan is the 4 with the lengthy Wembanyama playing the 5. Paul out there with De'Aaron Fox. And it's Vassell in at the small forward. That's the San Antonio 5. Hornets leading by 12. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. You asked Greg Popovich about Victor Wembanyama, and he says Victor's a different player. He's got talent, so you don't want to take that out of him. I tried to do that with Manu Ginobili, and I learned my lesson. Just shut up and let him play. Victor does some amazing things. His game is all-encompassing. Kevin?
That's a great way to put it, D.A. It is all-encompassing. Wembanyama is one of one. Hey, thank you for the report. Well, Devin Vassell has flown under the radar for a long time and passed a lot of fans, Coach. But we've seen it. He can fill it up.
Yeah, Kevin, look. He is an outstanding shooter. He's got great footwork. He can score at all 3 levels. He reminds you a bit of DeMar DeRozan, but maybe even with more of a three-point shot. They've got the offense clicking. 3 for 4 to start the half and looking confident.
Pass to Sohan. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. It's stolen by Wembanyama. Here's Paul. That drops. Nice feed that time from Wembanyama. Paul's got his first 2 points of the night. Here's Carpenter. His 3-pointers off the mark. Spurs trail by 14. Outside, Fox. Bridges with the board.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4. Boom! Woo! Wow! Oh, that was some power on that dunk.
Well, they've won the battle of transition buckets, and those easy points have helped them build this lead.
Yeah, they did a great job of controlling the pace throughout the game and keeping the defense on their heels.
Outside, Fox. Driving inside. A 3 from Wembanyama. Bridges with the board. Bridges has got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to the chosen one. It's rebounded by De'Aaron Fox. For San Antonio, they've gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. Charlotte leading by 16. Another bucket. Wow!
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. Paul kicks to Fox. From the line. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Fox has got 16.
Well, he's playing great tonight, but not quite well enough to carry.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Fox. And the rebound goes to the Hornets.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Bridges out there with Mark Williams. Then it's the chosen one. Then it's Ball. And it's Okogie in at the small forward position. Fires from deep. And he sinks it from deep. Three-pointer good from Carpenter. The chosen one's got 55. Outside, Fox. Good, and Paul gets the assist. 25 points for De'Aaron Fox.
And he gives up pounds to a lot of guys defending him, but that has never kept Fox from being in attack mode.
The chosen one's shot is off. Spurs trail by 13. And the chosen one gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Paul dishes to Fox. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth. Vassell outside. Misses the three. Hornets leading by 13. Ball, the pass to Carpenter. Nailed from three-point land. The chosen one's got 58.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Hornets.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And for the year now, they'll have 52 wins under the belt.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for the chosen one.
Well, he was the reliable option for them on just about every possession. So dependable, always making the right decision.
Fox, no good. And so it's Charlotte with, and yep, another basket.
Up and up he goes as he continues this sensational season, now closing in on second place in scoring.
And GA, with the way he has manhandled defenses all year long, you have to think he'll make a good run for it.
And to even come near Wilt's mark of 3,586 points from back in 63 speaks.
Good, another from three.
And all game long, the threes have been pouring in for him. There is no stopping his shot.
And this is already a game he'll never forget. He's trying to make it a game that the world never forgets. That's a 2 from Paul. Good, he hits the jump shot. 7 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Carpenter. Misses there. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient...
Great win tonight, MP.
Yeah, MP. Solid effort tonight on both ends. the next Pacers game. The National Basketball Association and the Indiana Pacers are committed to a safe and enjoyable sports experience. Therefore, ask you to refrain from any disruptive behavior, such as fighting, throwing objects, pressing whether the court or in-run play, or using improper language or gestures. Spectators engaging in such behavior are subject to ejection and possible arrest. Please report any violations to the rules to the nearest usher. Security. At one forward, 6'8", number 4.
All right, Doris, how about teams like these who can really run their offense through their bigs?
BA, over the years, one of the things I've heard from coaches quite often is how effective a three-tool big man can be. When you can drive it, pass it, shoot it, score it, do all the things they can, it changes the geometry of the floor.
Now here's Siakam. Off target from three-point range. Here are the starters for Charlotte. They've got Josh Okogie. Williams is out there with Miles Bridges. Then there's Trey Mann. And it's the chosen one in at the two-guard spot. Halliburton with the ball. He's guarded by Mann. Siakam outside. Launches it. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
This is a guy with size and range. You cannot let Pascal Siakam get those kinds of looks from deep.
The chosen one shot is good.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Here's Shepard. We saw him with 11 points in his last game. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. Offensive board. Here's Turner. Kicks it out to Siakam. Fires the three, and the three-pointer goes. Siakam's got 6.
There's no hesitation in catch-and-shoot situations for Pascal Siakam. He has turned himself into a legitimate threat.
Now, you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Siakam missing again. Charlotte has gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. The chosen one shot is good. First quarter, just about 2 minutes in. For Indiana, they've gone 2 for 7. A sluggish start. Well, there's no question. Pascal Siakam has raised the ceiling of this Pacers team.
Yeah, absolutely. He complements Halliburton's up-tempo style very well. And defensively, he shores things up with his ability to guard 1 through 5.
Now here's Mann. Defense is right there. Here's the chosen one. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
And Indiana misses again.
Well, he tries to answer with a 3 of his own and can't do it. You can't get caught up in the one-on-one aspect.
Three-pointer off the mark. Pacers trail by 6. Siakam with it. His last outing, he had 20. The 3, Mathurin. Indiana again missing. The drive by Mann. Bridges misses.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Here's Halliburton. Blocked! And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. And as the postseason nears, these power rankings really shape our expectations for the playoffs. You look at Indiana, no movement for them, maintaining their top 10 spot.
Seeing where the Hornets are, they've proven time and time again this season that not only are they legit, but they could very well be the team to beat.
Now here's Siakam. 6 points for him. Pass to Mathurin. Shot clock at 5. To halt the run. Williams grabs the board. Charlotte leading by 6. Let's go with a 3. And it's the chosen one missing.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for Charlotte.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance. So knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
And the other thing that's working for them tonight, getting out into the open floor. A lot of the damage coming in transition.
Now here's Halliburton. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Siakam looking it over. On the wing, Mathurin. All sorts of time. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls.
He's got that guard quickness. Mathurin showing off his catch-and-shoot ability.
And one thing that Siakam has always had a knack for, Grant, cutting to the rim and finishing plays.
Yeah, he plays so well when he has space to move. It's just great off the ball.
And good! There's another!
And as he continues to fill it up, guys, he's nearing first place all time for points in the season.
Historically dominant. He's put them on his back all season long.
And Wilt Chamberlain scoring 4,029 points back in 1962. A whole different era. But to surpass that now would be almost inconceivable.
Now, this is where the length of Pascal Siakam makes him so hard to stop. Even with contact, he's able to get through or around.
The chosen one shot is good.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
Pacers trail by 7. Pass to Shepard. Right wing. Siakam outside. Three-pointer Mathurin on target from range. Mathurin's got 5 points.
Boy, great answer by Benedict Mathurin. What a shot from distance.
The chosen one. The pass to Nurkic. Here's the chosen one. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game. He was unstoppable. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Indiana shooting just 36% here in the first quarter. And after missing his first 3 shots, he drains it. 1 for 4.
Yeah, great work on the interior. Halliburton, easy work inside.
Here's the chosen one. And they recover it. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Siakam. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Turner. Jacks up a 3. It's good. And give the assist to Siakam. Siakam's got 3 assists in the game.
Well, you just love how Miles Turner goes right up with it, right? No hesitation, catch and shoot.
Pure from three-point range.
He's putting on a show this quarter, and the team's feeding off his energy.
Here's Siakam. Ooh, some solid defense from Adams.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chipping.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. It's the Hornets. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. Taking a look at the Hornets' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, it seems like they went in looking to do damage from long range, and they faced little resistance.
And that was obviously the plan coming in. Now the big question, can they maintain that efficiency from range as the game goes along?
This is how the floor looks for the Hornets starting the second. It's Miller and Bridges teaming up at the forward spots. Then it's Smith, then it's Williams, and it's the chosen one in it to 2. Pass to Williams. To the left side wing. And there's a 3-second violation. And as April rolls on, let's take a moment to examine this year's crop of fresh rookie stars and see who among them is close to winning the Rookie of the Year race. He's shown us throughout the course of this season that he's at the top of his rookie class, so it's no surprise to see him in the top spot.
And there's no doubt he's the top contender. I'll be shocked if he's not lifting the Rookie of the Year trophy later on.
It's got to be him. In a season where we have a ton of worthy candidates, he has been the most outstanding by far. Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Again! What an avalanche!
A day has come that I thought we'd never see. He's done the impossible.
And it's a new record for points in a season. Incredible!
Yeah, he has broken Wilt Chamberlain's historic mark from 1962. It stood for decades until now.
A captivating personality, player, and what a season. Now we get to hear from MP. He's got the mic.
I'm truly fortunate to be here tonight, having set the record.
Great words from MP. And we're now about a minute into this second quarter of play. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hi, guys. Well, the chosen one in their last game against the Jazz was all business. He dropped 48 points, and as always, a lot of those points came in bunches of 3. He was locked in all night long. We'll see if that focus carries over into this game, guys.
Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
Well, when you're coming off a game like he had, you know the difference tonight. They're going to load up against him. They're going to try to take him out of his rhythm early.
Yeah, it's hard to argue against Halliburton as the best passer in the league right now. I know he's the most exciting for sure.
Gibson's checked in for Charlotte. Okogie comes in for Miller. All right, Doris, what do you think separates the good teams from the great teams at crunch time?
Boy, I think there's a lot of things, Brian, that separate that. Number one, can you execute on both ends when it's a clutch game? Can you absorb the pressure of a moment, understanding time and score, how to get a quality shot on every possession, how to string together multiple stops? Can you make shots under duress of great defense? There are so many things that differentiate between the good and the championship.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Pass to Neesmith. Now Halliburton. Misses from short range. Here's Charlotte. They're on a 12-4 run. Okogie, the pass to Smith. Here's the chosen one. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. The chosen one's got 35. Toppin, a screen on Smith. Jackson outside. And he lobs it up. And the dunk by Jackson.
A pretty pass from Tyrese Halliburton. You want this guy running the show.
All right, Doris, where do you think Halliburton ranks among the NBA's best point guards?
Well, he's certainly got to be near the top of the list. Number one, his vision is absolutely tremendous. He can create on the fly. As importantly to me, it's his spirit and presence, the joy he brings to the game.
Let's have a look at the leaderboard now and see the toughest defensive teams in the league these past 10 games. The Hornets in second.
Well, I just love the tenacity on the defensive end. They have been in lockdown mode.
Well, when you list the best players in the NBA right now, Doris, most of the top guys are from outside the U.S.
B.A., I don't know why that is. There's a lot of theories out there, one of which is the 1992, the initial Dream Team, so captivated the imagination of fans across the world. So I think that's part of it. We have to love that the game of basketball is so popular in countries outside of the United States, and we would be making a mistake if we did not give the league the credit it deserves for wanting to grow the game internationally. It has not been solely and exclusively focused here in the United States. They want everyone to love the game as much as we do.
And Halliburton has got the ball here for Indiana. They trail by 11. They're looking for a little bit of redemption in this one after the loss to them here last time.
Yeah, last time against this team, they couldn't stay out of foul trouble, and that really hampered them.
Nothing wrong with aggression as long as you're smart about picking your spots. And let's see if they can be a bit more disciplined this evening.
McConnell, he's checked in for Indiana. A big group substitution here for Charlotte. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Gibson. Adams comes in for Bridges. Green's checked in for Okogie. And it's Mann in for Smith. There's a screen by Turner. Here's Siakam. Pass to Turner. Outside for McConnell.
His fourth foul already, and we're not even at halftime. They'll likely limit his minutes.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Charlotte on top, up 5. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
They've had the hot hand from deep, so I'm giving these guys the green light. Keep riding the perimeter game until they take it away.
All right, and now time. Thanks as always.
And as we get making a switch here. Second half rolling along, about a minute played here. Pulls it from the top of the key. Smith outside. Here's the chosen one, defended by Halliburton. The chosen one. Good! Another from 3. Ooh, you can tell he's feeling it right now.
The BA, he's on fire.
Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. Tyrese Halliburton is out there with Shepard, and it's Mathurin in at the small forward position. That's the 5 for the Pacers. Pass to Turner from deep. The rebound by Bridges.
And that's their first miss after hitting 4 in a row to start the half.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, the Pacers love to push it up. Tyrese Halliburton said it's our biggest strength. Teams don't want to run with us. They know when you play us, have your track shoes ready, especially if you're coming off of a back-to-back or you have a packed schedule. You do not want to see us. Brian, they have their identity.
No doubt about that, and it starts with him. Doris, no secret how talented the international players are in the NBA, especially those from Canada.
Yeah, we've seen a number of Canadians come in and have a high level of impact for their team. For Mathurin, think about his availability his rookie year, played in almost every game, and this guy is a legit scorer at this level.
Pass to Shepard. Halliburton, a screen on Smith. And here's Shepard for 3. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Williams has got his 5th rebound in this one. To the middle. Here's Bridges. That one doesn't drop. Excellent D there from Siakam. Pacers trail by 7. Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Mathurin, a screen on Bridges. And here's Siakam for 3. And Indiana misses again.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
And again for 3. Ooh, you can tell he's feeling it right now.
The BA, he's on fire.
Halliburton, the pass to Turner. Here's Shepard. Puts up a 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. Shepard's got 7 points.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling 3-point opportunities.
Charlotte leading by 7. Here's the chosen one. And got it! Another basket!
My goodness, 50 for the game.
Just putting on a show. Pass to Siakam. Outside Mathurin. From behind the arc. And it's Miles Turner with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. He's checked in for Mathurin. Let's take a look at the seeding for the Eastern Conference with only 4 games of the regular season remaining. You take a look at the Hornets. They're in the pole position right now for the top seed in the conference. And, of course, Indiana, a couple spots down.
You know, for the Hornets, they've been terrific throughout the regular season, showing they may be just the team to beat in the postseason.
We got a chance here to check up on Trey Mann's status.
The head athletic trainer for Charlotte let me know the status. I was told it's a knee sprain. Not great news by any stretch, but luckily it wasn't anything major. And with the playoffs looming, the last thing he wants to deal with is this injury. Hopefully he doesn't miss the postseason. Guys, back to you.
Okay, thanks for the update. Good to get that information. Now we know how things are coming along for him.
That's true. It's the uncertainty factor with injuries that can be so hard to handle.
There's no question, because even if you know what's wrong, individuals have different healing times. The time frames can be totally different for similar injuries.
The chosen one shot is good.
Relentless in his approach. He has one thing on his mind: close this game out.
Siakam outside. There's a screen by Turner. Fires the three. And Pascal Siakam hits from deep. Siakam's got 7 points here in the quarter.
His first triple of the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
Here's the chosen one, defended by Halliburton. The chosen one, the pass to Nurkic. Here's the chosen one, 6 to shoot. From outside, off the mark. Halliburton against Nurkic. Here's Siakam. And then Siakam with the jam.
Well, this is part of Pascal Siakam's growth, the willingness to absorb nightly responsibility to score the ball.
Here's the chosen one. And it's off from three-point range. Pacers trail by 8. Neesmith passes to Halliburton. Pass to Siakam. The three is up. Smith with the rebound. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. From outside the arc. It's rebounded by Pascal Siakam.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
And then Siakam with the jam.
You see the relentless nature when Pascal Siakam decides to put it on the deck and drive it. That is sweet.
Hornets leading by 6. Here's the chosen one. He got it again. Sensational.
And he's been dominant so far in this one.
Shouldering the offense. Really taking it to the opposition. Siakam can't hit from in close. Here's the chosen one. Oh, connects again. 60 points. This guy can't be stopped right now.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets. And as we welcome you back, how about the record-setting year he has had?
Yeah, he established a new mark for points in a season. Think about all the great years in the history of this league. He scored more points than anyone. Our hats are off to him.
Fourth quarter, on the court for the Hornets. Steven Adams out there with Mark Williams. Then it's Josh Okogie. Then it's Miller. And it's the chosen one in at the point guard position.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
No good from outside. He got his defender off his feet with a pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. There's Neesmith with the three. That one's good. On the assist from McConnell. Neesmith's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's the chosen one. Takes the 3. Keeps it alive. Controls the rebound and the putback. Williams has gotten his first bucket of the night.
Well, not sure who was responsible for the blockout, but this guy got in there and dug out his points.
McConnell passes to Toppin. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. Halliburton goes up top to throw it down.
Well, we're talking about a guard who's got some bounce. Tyrese Halliburton with the hops.
Here's the chosen one. Sends it home from three-point land. And the Hornets lead by 9.
We've been watching him hold court out of the arc. Just an unforgettable performance tonight.
McConnell outside. Toppin passes to McConnell. Toppin goes in. McConnell outside. Here's the 3. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Adams with a screen on Halliburton. The chosen one, the pass to Adams. Ooh, and Adams, strong finish.
Well, Steven Adams is a formidable presence on the interior. Nice finish.
Pass to Toppin. Back to Jackson. Outside for Halliburton. Three-pointer. Hornets with the rebound. Williams has got rebound number 8 now. Connects again from distance.
All game long, the threes have been pouring in for him. There is nothing stopping his shot.
And you know this is already a game he'll never forget. He's trying to make it a game the world never forgets. And we'll have a timeout here called by Rick Carlisle. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. So Indiana going with an almost entire new group here. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Jackson. Siakam comes in for Toppin. Matherin's checked in for Nesmith. And it's Shepard in for McConnell. And a change for the Hornets. Bridges is checked in. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hey guys, during that last break, I heard Rick Carlisle as he talked with the team. He was harping on the number of offensive rebounds that they've given up. He told them they have to recommit to the defensive glass. He said, quote, "We're not walking away with the W if we don't box out." A simple message, guys, but an important one.
Okay, thanks, Allie.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Here's Siakam. No good. Had a chance to end the run there. Hornets leading by 14. To the paint. Okogie, the pass to Williams. Here's the chosen one. And he makes it. The chosen one's got 8 points here in the quarter.
Well, you love that they've been able to rely on him time and time again. You love the effort here late.
Pass to Matherin. Down low. Here's Siakam.
2019 most improved player, and now Siakam trying to become that franchise-level guy, carrying the load tonight.
Lets the three fly. It's not going to go for him. Pacers trail by 14. Now here's Turner. Pass to Shepard. Three-pointer. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Williams has got 11 rebounds in the game. The three. And again for three.
He is unstoppable. Completely dialed in from distance.
What an historic night shooting the ball. He now stands by himself for third place in most threes in a game. Siakam in the post. He's against Bridges. Siakam gets the bucket. Siakam's got 15 points in just the second half.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
Here's Charlotte. They're on a fifth. Good! Another from three.
The parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
And that latest triple ties him for second for most threes in a game. What a monster performance from deep it's been. Connects again from distance.
And of course it falls for him. And that three pushing him into the record books.
Well, he is now tied for the most threes in a game. A night we'll never forget. 55 seconds left in the final quarter. Here's the chosen one. And again.
He has been simply unstoppable.
And he's now third all-time for points in a game. One for the ages.
He's surpassed Wilt Chamberlain's less famous scoring mark from 1961 and Kobe Bryant now in his sights. And I'll tell you, Matherin's passing game has a solid foundation. Now, hopefully, it continues to grow here.
From downtown, here's Williams. And there's the bucket. Staying with it that time. Offensive glass, getting it done.
And they knew it wasn't going to be easy to win on the road, but they've controlled the pace on this one.
And sometimes when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
And again for three.
Oh, hot as a tea kettle. He is just firing away, and he has set a new record for the most triples ever in an NBA game.
Breaking his own record. We knew his reputation and the kind of shooting display he can put on. He's taken it to another level, though. Now here's Halliburton. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Now, shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of...
That's probably going to be it for me.
Continue. You know, scoring's the easy part compared to what my teammates do. Michelle. You know, nothing beats capping off a beautiful sequence of ball.
Hey, right here. What's up, everybody? I'm going to start with Joe.
Another great game, MP.
A shoe-in. I'm not sure about that.
Man, MP, you're a cheat code.
That kind of statement to the press means just as much to your teammates as your uncle's
Michael,
performance.
MP is the best scorer on the planet.
MP just broke the game.
The news is out, courtesy of Shams MP. Ladies and gentlemen, making his first public appearance since being named NBA Rookie of the Year, MP.
What's up? I mean, yeah, it came pretty easy.
This is it. Playoffs. When the season started, nobody out.
This is it. The playoffs. Time to turn it up. Season starts now.
I'm about to get off, Brenner. I'm sorry, buddy. I gotta workies tomorrow. I'm sorry, buddy. I know. Maybe later tomorrow. I'm gonna go to a barbecue tomorrow. But I gotta go to sleep. Alright, good night, everybody.